If you're a real estate agent, you know it's a constant battle to stand out, to really explain what makes you different. But what if I told you there's one single conversation that could change the entire game? A conversation that takes you from being just another agent to a true authority in your market. Okay, let's get into it. So, we're going to break down the one conversation that elite agents are having. And let me tell you, it completely reframes their value and locks in their relationship with clients, not just for one deal, but for life. You know, the biggest challenge for any agent today is just breaking through all the noise. I mean, when every agent is saying the same thing, you get lost. You become part of this sea of sameness. I mean, think about it for a second. The standard pitch, it's all about the transaction, right? But in a market this crowded, those old talking points, they just don't have the punch they used to. Marketing plans, top-notch negotiation skills, commission rates, local expertise. Look, these things are absolutely important, but they've basically become commodities. Your clients just expect you to have these. They're the price of entry now, not what makes you special. So, here's the secret. The solution is to elevate the conversation. The top agents, the really successful ones, they shift the focus away from the nuts and bolts of one single transaction and onto something way, way bigger. Their client's entire financial future. Your clients might be asking you about closing costs or what school district is best, but underneath all of that, there's a much deeper question that almost everybody is wrestling with, whether it's their first home or their fifth. And boom, there it is. This is the big one. Will I have enough money to retire? The moment you, as their agent, can show them how real estate is the answer to this question, well, you become absolutely indispensable. So let me paint a picture for you to show you what I mean. We're going to look at two different people, both planning for retirement, but they're taking two completely different roads to get there. So on one side, you have the real estate investor. Their whole strategy is about controlling assets that produce income. And on the other side, you've got the stock investor. Their strategy is to save up a massive pile of cash and then slowly draw it down. Totally different mindsets, right? Now, here's the thing. Both of our investors have the exact same goal. They both want to generate $150,000 a year in retirement income. Let's see how each of them gets there. All right, let's start with our real estate investor. How in the world do they get to that 150 grand a year number? To hit that income goal, they need to control a portfolio of rental properties worth about $1 million. Now, I know what you're thinking. $1 million. That sounds like a ton of money. But wait. Here's the magic trick. They don't need to save $1 million, not even close. With a pretty standard 25% down payment, they only need about $250,000 of their own money to control that entire $1 million asset. And this right here, this is the light bulb moment. This is the idea that changes everything for your clients. It's not about saving every single penny. It's about using smart leverage to control a much, much larger asset. Okay, let's pivot. How does our stock investor friend try to reach that same $150,000 a year goal? Well, using a pretty common rule of thumb in financial planning, to safely withdraw that much money each year, they need a portfolio worth 20 times that. That's a staggering $3 million. $3 million they have to personally save, dollar by painful dollar. Okay, now look at this when you put them side by side. The difference is just night and day, isn't it? The real estate investor needs so much less of their own capital, they use leverage through a mortgage, and they live off the income the asset produces. Meanwhile, the stock investor has this massive hill decline, and then what do they do in retirement? They start spending their savings. And it gets even better, because real estate is like this incredible wealth-building machine that just keeps running. Over time, inflation pushes the property value up, the rents you collect go up, and all the while, your tenants are literally paying down your mortgage for you. The whole strategy just gets stronger and more powerful every single year. So, how does knowing all this transform your business? Well, when you can clearly explain these concepts, you're not competing on commission anymore. You're competing on wisdom. And that's a game you can win. And just like that, everything changes. You're not just the person who handles the open house and the paperwork. You are the advisor who understands how to build long-term wealth. You understand leverage, you understand inflation, you get it. That shift in how clients see you, well, it's everything. And the rewards? Oh, they are very real. When you're seen as an authority, the best clients are drawn to you. You're going to win more listings, close more sales, and get a never-ending stream of referrals, all because you're providing value that goes way beyond just one deal. So I'll just leave you with this one last question to really think about. Are you in the business of selling houses, or are you in the business of helping people build real, lasting wealth? Because I promise you, the agents who can confidently answer that question are the ones who are going to absolutely own their market.